Friends, it's me, Billy Mack, and welcome back to my garage. Today what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a quick video of how to make a turbo stand so we can mount it in the car or stand it up in the car and build the exhaust around it. I'm just gonna use some scrap pipes that I have here from the old roll cage, but it's just something simple that we're gonna throw together, and here we go. So here's the scrap. What I'm probably gonna do is use either the top bar, because it's pretty straight and that would definitely be tall enough. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna chop it here, and that should be good enough for what we're using it for. So I'm gonna go get the saw, chop it up. Okay, so the first bar is cut to size. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tap and drill out a few holes, and that'll be so I can adjust a smaller pipe inside up and down in order to mount the turbo. Okay, so we have holes drilled in this 5/16, and this is the inner pipe and it's 5/16. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld a nut on the inside so I can thread in a 5/16 nut and bolt. So whenever we figure out the height that we need, it'll screw in and stay there. So I'm going to tack in the nut now. Okay, so here's what we have, and I can adjust it those 3 levels whenever we figure out the height that we need. So now what I got to do is figure out something for a base, and I'm just going to peek around for some scrap, see what I have. Okay, I had 2 plates. I welded them together, and what I'm going to do now is just clean up this area here, and we'll mount the tube to it, and this will be our base pan, our base plate. Okay, there is the base. Welds are nice and solid. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a flange that bolts up to the T6 flange for the turbo. And I do have a piece of steel over there. So I'm going to trace it out using my turbo flange here. And I'll copy this onto that piece of steel. And yeah, that's where I'll be at. Okay, so now this is the top plate. I have it all squared off, ground down, and this is the, I just drilled 3 holes. That's all I need to mount it to the turbo. So these are all measured out to fit the flange. So what I'm gonna do now is weld this up, and then we'll throw it back in the tube. Okay, so my flange is ready. I have the actual T6 flange mounted up, and now the turbo will fit on here. It'll set, and basically we'll figure out whatever height we need to go, and we'll start adding pipes into the bottom here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to give it a quick scuff and paint it, because I might as well keep it around, not just for this build, but in case I decide to use it again. I may have to switch up the flanges down the road, but for now, for the T6 flange, especially with this here Monkey Fab flange, it does have this extra part on there so I can bolt it up. It'll also allow me to add a flange on here to mount the turbo to the front bars. So for now, I'm gonna go to the hardware store, grab a couple of longer nuts to bolt the actual turbo to the flange, and might get start building the hot side tonight. I'm not 100% sure, still got a few other things to do. But guys, that is it. That's, you know, just using scrap metal that I had around the shop. That is the turbo mount, adjustable turbo mount. And again, if it's not tall enough or too short or too high or whatever like that, I can just lop some off the top, add a few more holes at the bottom, and make it a little bit more adjustable. But for now, guys, that's it. Please like and subscribe. I hope you liked the quick video. I'm Billy Mack. Welcome back to my garage.